Begrudgingly. You're live, babe.
I know. So, hi, new people who came in. Nice to see you. I'm sorry you missed my first set. It's okay. I'm Cher, by the way, if you don't know me. So, I only brought a few originals, but since this mic's just kind of sitting cold, I'll do a few covers. And I don't want to say this is the teacher side in me coming out, but it kind of is.
Here we are.
Yep, here we are. So, no, I'm a big believer in what Stephen King once said. Somebody asked him, well, what advice do you have to be a writer? He said you have to do two things: read a lot and write a lot. And sadly, obviously, we are an exception. This is a poetry open mic, but not a lot of people read poetry anymore. So I thought I would share some of my favorites. We're gonna go with some classic shit.
Classic shit.
Classic shit. So I'll do three. This first one is by Robert Herrick. The name might not sound familiar, but you might know this one. This is called To the Virgins to Make Much of Time. Gather ye rosebuds while ye may. Oh, old time is still a-flying. And this same flower that smiles today, tomorrow will be dying. The glorious lamp of heaven, the sun, the higher he's a-getting, the sooner his race will be run, and nearer he is to setting. That age is best which is the first, when youth and blood are warmer, but being spent the worse and worse, time still succeed the former. Then be not coy, but use your time, and while ye may, go marry, for having lost but once your prime, you may forever tarry. All right, okay. It's okay if you don't like it. I'm not offended. I didn't write the shit. I'm just reading the shit. I like the shit. And I joked that I was just going to get up here and read Lord Byron, so I am going to do one Lord Byron.
Oh, God damn it. What did we talk about?
I'm not going to do Don Juan. We'd be up here all night.
Of course, that's very long.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. Anyway.
Fucking Jeff.
Woo, all right.
Although one thing I do think is great, speaking of Lord Byron's, anybody here ever watch the show Archer? The character Pam, if you ever see a picture of her in the show, like a shot of her with her shirt off, on her back she actually has a stanza of a Lord Byron poem tattooed on her back, which, as an English graduate, I think is like the greatest fucking thing cartoons have done in at least a decade. Now, this isn't the poem that she has tattooed, but this is still one I really like. This is called, So We'll Go No More A-Roving. So we'll go no more a-roving so late into the night, though the heart be still as loving and the moon be still as bright. For the sword outwears its sheath, and the soul wears out the breast, and the heart that must pause to breathe and love itself have rest. Though the night was made for loving and the day returns too soon, yet we'll go no more roving by the light of the moon. All right, and then I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to shut the fuck up and get out of here. I promise I'll be back next week with some more contemporary shit, I guess.
Babe, not so loud. You are hurting me.
Now, this last one I'll do, this one, I actually first heard this poem in a poetry class I took when I was in college. Our professor was trying to teach us how to write in iambic pentameter, which is 5 stressed syllables per line. Shakespeare sonnets. That's what I always tell people. Those are all iambic pentameter. And he used this one to kind of give us an example of it. This is by Alfred Lord Tennyson. It's called Break, Break, Break. Break, break, break on thy cold grey stones, O sea, and I would be that my tongue could utter the thoughts that arise in me. Oh, well for the fisherman's boy that he shouts with his sister at play. Oh, well for the sailor lad that he sings in his boat on the bay. And the stately ships go on to their haven under the hill. But oh, for the touch of a vanished hand and the sound of a voice that is still. Break, break, break at the foot of thy crags, O sea. But the tender grace of a day that is dead will never come back to me. Thank you very much. I'm Cher Guevara. I encourage you to read all the fucking poetry you can.